Next question is also a concept related question, okay. A concept regarding cess, okay. So the government, we have heard about different cess like health and education cess, road and infrastructure cess, etc. Okay, so you are aware of it, but you need to know the features of definition and the features of cess. Cess basically is a form of tax charged, okay. So basically cess is a tax on tax, or it is a form of tax charged or levied over and above the base tax liability of a taxpayer, okay. Over and above the basic tax liability, a tax is levied or charged. That is what is called as cess. So basically cess is a tax on tax, okay. For example, if you are an income tax payer, based on your income, you will be paying, if your income slab, based on the income slab, okay, if your income is about 25 lakh, then you are supposed to pay, your income tax slab is 30%, okay. Basically, if your income is coming around 5 to 10 lakhs, a separate income tax is there. So that is your normal tax. But to that tax, you have to pay a cess of health and education cess of 4%. This 4% is based on your tax liability. Okay. So cess is a tax charged over and above the base tax liability of a taxpayer. Now this is the definition. So a cess is usually imposed additionally when the state or the central government looks to raise fund for specific purposes, okay. So the fund raised, this tax, the central government or state government raises is basically used for a specific purposes. The money raised under the cess can be used for a particular, for example, if they are raising for health cess, this money can be used only for health purposes. Education cess for education purposes, road cess for road infrastructure, for any infrastructure cess for infrastructure only. Swachh Bharat cess, it can be used only for Swachh Bharat program, Swachh Bharat mission, okay. So cess, the money, the tax collected under cess can be used only for that particular specific purpose, okay. So it can be levied, okay. This cess can be levied on both indirect tax and direct tax. Cess can be levied on both indirect tax and direct tax. Under the GST regime, for certain sin goods and luxury items, there is a cess is there, okay. So even in GST regime also there is a cess, especially for sin goods and luxury items, okay. So if the cess collected in a particular year goes unspent, if the cess collected in a particular year goes unspent, then it cannot be allocated for other purposes. In a particular year, if that money under cess is not used for that particular purposes and it is unspent, that money cannot be used for other purposes. What that money, the cess which has been unspent, should be carried over to the next year and can only be used for the cause it was meant for that special purposes. Okay, that is very, very important. And the most important point about the cess is that we know that there is a divisible pool is there. All the major central taxes like personal income tax, corporate income tax, excise, union excise duty, customs duty, everything is shared under their common divisible pool between center, transfer it to the state under the 14th Finance Commission recommendation. But the cess collected by the center, no need to transfer to the state government, okay. The entire cess collected by the central government can be used fully by the center alone, okay. So the central government does not need to share the cess it collects with the state government. This is a very, very important feature about cess. I will try to solve the question. What is the correct regarding the cess? It is a form of tax charged or levied over and above the base tax liability of a taxpayer. A statement 1 is correct, so you can eliminate choice C and D. It is levied on direct tax, but not levied on indirect tax. No, cess is levied on both direct as well as indirect tax. So choice B is also wrong. So we got our answer as, through elimination, we got our answer as A1 only. Without reading the third statement, we get to know third statement is wrong. What is third statement? If the cess collected in a particular year goes unspent, it can be allocated for other purpose. No, it should be carried over to the next year and should be used for that purpose, specific purpose only. So answer here is A1 only.